The toilet gurgled, a low, guttural churn that echoed off the bathroom tiles, swallowing the glint of gold as it spiraled down the drain. My wife's wedding ring, our ring, vanished with a final, mocking slurp. "It's cheap anyway," Sarah spat, her voice sharp as broken glass, eyes not meeting mine as she leaned against the sink, arms crossed. The air in our cramped apartment thickened, heavy with the scent of her lavender shampoo and something sour, like regret. I stood frozen in the doorway, pulse hammering in my ears, the weight of her words sinking deeper than the ring ever could. It wasn't the act itself that stung like a slap. It was the way she said it, so casual, as if our 12 years together were disposable, like the tissue she'd tossed aside. I wanted to scream, to demand why, but my throat tightened, strangling the words. Instead, I stared at the empty toilet bowl, its porcelain gleaming under the fluorescent light, mocking my stunned silence. How had we gotten here? When did the woman who once cried over a chipped teacup start throwing away promises? The signs had been there, hadn't they? Subtle at first, like cracks in a foundation you only notice when the walls begin to lean, her late nights at the office, the phone angled just out of view, the way her laugh sounded different, sharper, like it belonged to someone else. I'd brushed it off, told myself it was stress, that her promotion demanded more than I could understand. But last week, when I found a man's scarf in her car, navy blue and smelling of cedar cologne, my stomach twisted. "It's a coworker's," she said, her smile too quick, fingers fidgeting with her necklace. I wanted to believe her. God, I did. Now, standing in the bathroom, her defiance burned away my doubts. "Sarah," I managed, my voice low, trembling with something between rage and heartbreak. "What the hell was that?" She turned, hazel eyes flashing with guilt and challenge. "What do you want me to say, Tom? That I'm sorry? It's just a ring." Her words were a knife, twisting deeper with every syllable. She stepped closer, bare feet silent on the cold tile, voice softening but not kind. "You're overreacting. Overreacting." The word echoed in my skull. A cruel dismissal of the life we'd built. The late-night talks, the vacations we couldn't afford, the miscarriage we'd grieved together. I wanted to shake her, make her see the wreckage she was causing. But instead, I backed away, hands shaking. "Who is he?" I asked, the question slipping out before I could stop it. Her face froze for a second, just enough. A flicker of panic, then a mask of indifference. "There's no one," she said too fast, brushing her hair behind her ear, a tell I knew since our first date. My chest tightened as if the air had been sucked out of the room. I turned and walked out, her voice trailing after me. "Tom, don't do this." The living room felt alien. The couch we'd picked together, now a stranger's furniture. Her scarf, his scarf, lay draped over the armrest, a silent accusation. I grabbed it, wool rough against my palms, inhaled that cedar scent. My knees buckled, and I sank onto the couch, clutching the scarf like evidence in a trial I wasn't ready to face. Memories flooded me, Sarah's laugh at our wedding, her hand squeezing mine during the vows, the way she hummed off-key in the shower. Was it all a lie? Had I missed something? Some failure of mine that pushed her away? I don't know how long I sat there. The apartment silent, except for the distant hum of traffic outside. Sarah stayed in the bathroom, the door shut, a barrier between us. My phone buzzed on the coffee table. A text from her best friend, Claire. "Call me. It's important." Dread pooled in my gut. Claire always knew something. When I called, her voice was hushed, urgent. "Tom, I didn't want to get involved, but she's been seeing someone for 4 months." The words hit like a punch, knocking the air from my lungs. Claire's voice cracked as she continued, spilling details I didn't want to hear. Late-night meetings, a man named David, a hotel receipt she'd found. "I thought she'd stop," Claire whispered. "I thought she loved you." I hung up, vision blurring. The apartment felt too small, walls closing in. I stumbled to the kitchen, grabbed the whiskey bottle, poured a shot, but the burn did nothing to dull the ache. Sarah emerged, face pale, eyes red-rimmed. You called Claire, she said. Not a question. I nodded, unable to speak. She sank into a chair, hands twisting in her lap. It wasn't supposed to happen like this, she murmured, voice breaking. I didn't mean to hurt you. Then why? I croaked, whiskey glass cold against my palm. Flush the ring. Why him? She looked away, jaw tight. I don't know, she said, voice wavered. David, he made me feel seen, like I wasn't just fading. The word cut deeper than betrayal. Fading. Had I made her feel invisible? Had I been too caught up in work, bills, the grind to notice her slipping away? Guilt clawed at me, but anger surged stronger. You could have talked to me, I said, voice rising. Instead, you threw us away. She started to speak, but I cut her off. Standing, hands clenched. Get out. Her eyes widened, but I didn't waver. I'm changing the locks tomorrow. She trembled. A moment I thought she'd fight, beg, explain. But she nodded, grabbed her coat, and walked out. The door clicked shut with finality, echoing the toilet's flush. I sank to the floor, scarf still in my hands, let the tears come, hot, bitter. The next morning I called a locksmith, my hands steady but my heart in pieces. As he worked, I found a note tucked under a coffee mug. I'm sorry, Tom. I lost myself. Maybe we both did. No signature, just her looping, familiar handwriting. I crumpled it but didn't throw it away. I sat by the window, watching the street below, waiting for a car that never came, wondering if love could drown as easily as a ring.